big word. No, I've
only flown 3 times.
Okay, I went when I was a kid. My first time flying in a plane. I think I was like, I don't know how old it was. I wasn't very old. I was like 15, 14, something like that. Me and my brother flew down by ourselves to visit my grandpa in Florida, and on the way back, Gordie Howe, because my brother's like 3 years younger than me, so I'm 14, he's 11. We see Gordie Howe pop his head out of first class.
Oh, he was on the same plane?
On the flight back, yeah, and like, or was a flight there? I can't remember. But either way, I didn't have the balls to do anything, so I had my little brother do it. You know what I'm saying? He went up and got the guys. You know, he signed all that stuff. Well, you know
he got his autograph and stuff
on the plane ticket and shit. Yeah. But that was my first flight, and then I think I went again, and the next time I flew was like, it's been a while, like ER, flying for ER or some shit like that. Like, because I had no reason to be on a fucking plane. And, you know, so it's been probably 2 handfuls, less than 10. Depends on if you consider the layovers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What kind of flights?
I've only done 3 times. One in a 747 when I came back from Alaska, and 3 times in small private planes.
Ooh, my uncle has a fucking a plane like he has a front engine little plane, you know, one of those ones you can land on water with.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he does up in Alaska now, I guess.
Oh, right, he's a bush pilot.
Yeah, he charters people in those.
So that means he's got the tampons on his plane, where you can land and take off in the water.
Right. As far as I know, I've never actually been to Alaska, so I haven't seen it. I'm just going off of
There's a lot of bush pilots up there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just basically, that was his retirement plan.
What's up, big dog?
How's it going?
It's going. Slowly but surely, but it's
she
goes.
He built himself his own log cabin, I think, up there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And they be nice log cabins, too. They don't be just a bullshit log. They be log homes. They're really not cabins.
Mm-hmm. No, they're different.
Homes. Yeah, they're log homes.
Yeah, no, it's...
Because I saw several of them. Several people I've met up there had them.
What area are you guys talking about?
Alaska. I was up by Fairbanks. And up there, you know, people that live there, they got the first shot at the jobs on the pipeline. Mm. And so I knew people that were like number 12 hired, number 6 hired. So they got jobs for life. Mm-hmm. And they'll never be, you know, they have jobs for life. And they made a lot of money. So the first thing they did was buy some land.
Which was probably cheap.
Yes.
At the time.
In fact, even today, you can go up there and do what they call pioneering. And you find the area that nobody owns. You go up there and fence it off and keep it fenced off for at least 10 years and work it and whatever you're going to do with it. And you become what they call a pioneer up there. You don't have to pay no taxes, no local taxes. I think you pay federal. But you don't have to pay any taxes up in Alaska other than federal. And you get all kind of perks by being a pioneer. All kind of perks from the government.
Where the fuck's Josh? I thought you said Josh was coming.
Yeah, I thought so too. And then he came out of the bathroom. He was like, "Oh, I'm still hungover. I don't feel like going, and I just need a lot of time before I can get ready." And I'm like, I can walk out the house, bro.
He's not ready.
He wasn't ready. No.
Poor guy.
The hangover.
Yeah,
I've only had that once in my life. I had a hangover one time.
Fuck all that noise.
It's been a long time. I had him when I was, you know.
I had one, and that was enough. My head was banging.
That's why I don't really drink.
I drink about 12 times a year. I have a beer about once a month. That's about it.
I don't like the taste of it, so I have no need for it.
And I only drink social. Like when I got friends I grew up with, and they have little things, and they have little parties, or they'll go to the bar or something and invite me. And I'll go and I'll drink socially. I'll have one beer. Socially drink with them, and that's it. I'm done. people be trying to buy me drinks. No, thank you. I've already had my quota. And the regular bars, the bars I used to go into regularly back in the day, they knew me. All the waitresses knew me. They knew. You bring me one beer and that's it. I'm done for the day. One beer, man.
I don't even see the point of the one beer.
Just to be social.
I like the taste of beer, but
Just to be social.
you know, my drinking has evolved because when I was younger, I definitely drank to, I don't know, I drank to get fucked up a whole lot, and I had far too many hangovers and just far too many nights where I knew I was just destroyed and would like throw up and go back to drinking and just.
I guess what it was with me is, especially hard liquor, it tastes like medicine to me. I didn't see what people saw in it.
Well, they don't see anything in the taste of that. Not in the taste of straight, unless they're a seasoned drinker, in which case they're drinking to get to a state of fucking being.
Yeah.
Yes, the stuff that's in bottles that you buy from the stores, but there's stuff that has there's whiskeys that have notes of different things.
Oh, there absolutely are, but you're not going to drink that shit unless you're a drinker.
Well, I think it's just one of those things. If you like the taste, you like the taste. It's like one of those, like they say it's acquired taste, but I couldn't acquire it. It just was too much, too stingy.
Whiskey.
Yeah, all of it.
Oh yeah,
they all just. Tequila's the only one that I didn't mind, but I didn't mind it because it's tequila. It's a different buzz.
It is. Yeah, alcohol, man. She was my muse for a while. I'm glad it's no longer my muse. That's not my.
Right.
Like I can have a drink or two and be cool. And like that's. I don't need to do anything more than that, and I don't have to do that. Every time I see the settler sticker on your cup, I'm fucking so satisfied. Fox. And I see it and I'm like, I feel like I'm home. That's great.
What is this?
That shit that I told you was up on the thing. So it's Deadhead.
That tastes good.
It's alright. It hasn't been jarred yet. I'm gonna jar that one.
That's what I'm trying to say. It hasn't been jarred. It tastes that good.
I'm gonna jar the one and try to pull a trick test on you guys again. On a different group.
So a different group.
Yep.
Well, I got my schedule for the rest of this week. I open every day.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's great.
You back working again?
I am. I'm working at a new pizza place downtown that's we're opening up this week.
Oh, downtown?
Yeah, in Corktown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, called Michigan and Trumbull. We're right at Elizabeth and Trumbull.
So you're right there in Michigan?
Not
far? Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
We're right there. Yeah, we're right behind McShane's.
I used to be on Trumbull all the time. I used to go to the Trumbleplex.
What the fuck is that?
It's an old Victorian house. I mean, real Victorian. And in the back of it, they got a giant garage. It's Victorian too, with living quarters upstairs. They got it's a big space where you park cars and stuff when it was active, and they turned it into a club. Bands come and play, and they have food and stuff. They call it the Trumbleplex.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Go by there if you drive down Trumbull on the weekends, you'll see it. They have a sign on that say Trumbleplex. They'll tell you, what's going on the sign.
I've never been.
And anybody can go in there.
There very much. I've not spent much time in Corktown.
That's not Corktown. That's not technically Corktown. It's close, but technically it's not Corktown.
Anywhere in that area.
Yeah.
Outside
anywhere where you're
the Woodward ring. Because that's where I spent that's the only reason I'd go to Detroit.
Corktown to me is anywhere that borders Michigan while it's a brick street.
Oh, okay.
That's my mind.
I see what you're saying.
Corktown.
Yeah. But there's a lot of art studios and galleries.
There's food. There's a lot of food.
All over the place.
Hipster food. A lot of fancy
There's a ton of food.
Where I fucked up years ago, there was this girl. She had a house in Corktown. She wanted me to take it over, but at the time, I didn't see what I should have saw.
No one saw it. There's a reason why it hit the way it did.
I was sitting back behind because I worked down there the first time I worked in the city. I was 21 or 22, so it was 15, almost 15 years ago down there. And it was obviously very different. I was sitting behind in the car, finishing smoking my bowl before heading into work, and I'm like, fuck, I used to come down here and get lunch all the time in this area. None of this shit was here. It was all derelict buildings.
Yep.
The restaurants that are on the fucking front row were not the like I would come to a little fucking burger bar that was there that is no longer there. You know?
Old Corktown.
I've got a picture on my phone. I was gassing up my car the day that they were taking down the last of the fucking backstop of Tiger Stadium. I took like fucking 15, 20 photos. I snapped them. I'm like, this is fucking surreal as fuck to me.
I mean, I know they've got a field there, which is really cool, but
and now there's...
They should have left. They should have definitely saved the structure.
No. That it would end up. Well, if they redid it, yeah.
That's my point. Not for baseball. They should have repurposed it for condos, save the outside.
Well, they had that plan, and they poo-pooed it
because Detroit. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Americans don't like to fucking save shit.
No.
If the thing was in Europe, it would have been a fucking repurposed as something amazing. But here, it's repurposed as what? Now it's just a field.
Well,
that's actually a baseball field.
There's condos on it now.
Oh, no, yeah. It's a baseball field.
There's fucking condos right there.
Right there.
On the edge of it?
Yep. Right on the edge of it.
The actual diamond is still there.
Oh, yeah. No, there's condos right there on the edge of it. Like, you can't... Like, from where I'm at on Elizabeth, I can't see the field because there's
condos are in the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They've all gone up in the last 18 months.
Okay. Because I haven't seen any.
And there's like...
so much going on.
On the back side of Elizabeth, across from where we're at, all condos. Straight up. And there's a whole ton of retail and restaurant space that's coming in right below it. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be busy as fuck there.
All the main tributaries leading into downtown.
They're refixing.
I know. Gratiot, Michigan, Grand River.
We got a spot that we want to put a dispensary right at Michigan and fucking Livernois.
I was there yesterday.
That's around the fucking corner.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Is it the building right next to the old bank building?
Yes.
I was there yesterday. I was looking at it yesterday.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Because it's got two spots you can run.
It's upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah, and you can split them. You could split it.
What's going on with that?
It's about getting a license. They're working on a license now.
Okay.
So, and
that's a good spot.
It's a great spot.
Over 100,000 cars pass there every day.
If not more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At Michigan and Livernois?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And there's parking in the back.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's like a little parking lot.
It's also not too far out of downtown for your denizens to just...
It's not. It's
come right on out.
Well, 3 or 4 minutes.
There's nothing in the city.
Anyway, if you drive 3 or 4 minutes, you're in downtown Detroit.
There's a couple.
There's right in the heart of the city?
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3
2 what?
dispensaries in the heart of the city. One's on Jefferson and one's down somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably one on Jefferson. I'm sure it's probably one on Jefferson.
There's one off one of the side roads.
Hi, Mary.
2 right there too. There's 2. I think there's 2 in downtown. So
there'll be more.
Oh, I know. But they're still pushing back against the fucking wreck.
Yep.
So they're not pushing back, but they're pushing it back so they can make their laws.
They're slowing it down.
Yeah, to the way they want it to be.
So that they can make more money off of it themselves.
Well,
the city's gonna make their money.
It's also because...
What did they say? Day before yesterday, they said they've already made over $10 million in the last... What did they say?
He just got bold as fuck.
They made $10 million in
40 straight times.
In 45 days?
Yeah.
They made $10 million.
Was he bapping you?
They predict that marijuana in Michigan is going to bring in over $1 billion a year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they don't even have any idea what the black market is.
Yeah.
That's just the regular market, which isn't even... It's probably half, because people are still going to the same exact people they've been going to for the last 20 years.
Yeah. You know, I've been smoking for 10 years now. And the amount of people that are smoking now compared to when I started smoking is absurd. It's to me it is.
No, if you listen to Eminem, he's correct in a sense of
what?
Back in the day, he was like, you don't smoke weed, fuck you, everyone does. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Everyone was smoking weed in the 90s. It's just no one talked about it. They Half Baked. They did that scene where the dad's smoking next to the kid who's smoking. What are they gonna have in common?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. The stigma is starting to fade.
Correct.
So you can start being more open.
Well, see, a lot of
people are more open about it.
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of people weren't smoking simply because it's illegal.
But
and they were scared.
There is a large percentage of people
Or they had jobs where they tested you.
In my realm, like I was a student, and even before that, but the majority of the people in my life, I was practically not even fucking introduced to it until I was out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, and
see,
there's a lot of people that are like that too, and like now
I didn't start smoking it. I didn't smoke it for the first time until I was 17. I was still in high school. I smoked it one time, and then I didn't smoke it till I got out of high school because I got kicked out. So by that point, I wasn't worried about getting in trouble anymore by my dad.
Yeah.
But then the paranoia of getting in trouble by the cops and ruining, losing your life to cannabis scared the shit out of me and made me every time I smoked it, especially since, like I said, I was getting that hydro stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff was, dirt brown, which is 2% to 3%, maybe 7 if you're lucky, a good fucking dirt Mexican weed, compared to an 18%er. There's a reason the Matrix made my head hurt. When he ate that pill and he popped out and they're like, this is the real world, I went, oh, god damn it. What the fuck am I going to do, man, if that's really what it is? Like, it just, I couldn't understand, but at the same time, I understood everything.
Yeah.
It was, a very freaky moment. And then I just stopped because, eyeballs freezing over. Makes a person go, I don't want to be high anymore.
What makes me sad, though, is all the years that people that could have used marijuana for different ailments and stuff like that.
Oh.
All the years those people had to suffer.
The same thing with...
Over bullshit.
Oh, over bullshit. Over propaganda. Mm-hmm. Over the fact that somebody wants to make money off of the control of the substance.
Mm. It's not even about making money off it.
It's about control. It's about control, and it brings people who want to make money with that control. But that's more just fucking...
It's just a nice way to put people in jail.
Because I think, excuse me, I think the majority of people that own these big giant grows, I don't think very many of them even smoke weed.
No, a lot of them don't.
That guy with that place over there, Green Alien or whatever it was.
Yeah. That
place is full of bud. They got a truck out in back, because a friend of mine works there. They got a truck out in back that's filled with weed. They can't take it in the building yet because they don't have room for it.
And they can't sell it all?
No, they're selling it.
Oh.
So I talked to the owner. And I said to him, what's the best weed you ever had here? He says, I don't know. Ask one of the bud tenders. I said, you don't smoke? Oh, I've never smoked weed. How the fuck? How the fuck you be in a business like that and you didn't even take one toke?
Because you need to have money to start the business.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
that's
I would have
basic idea.
I mean, you never took like one toke? I asked him, I said, you've never smoked any weed? He said, no.
Then he's either a liar or a Christian boy.
That's true.
Because
I was also raised Christian.
Christians won't fucking fuck with that weed, man. It makes you stupid. Seriously, my dad thinks I'm dumb. I'm serious. I think my father really thinks I just sit at home, play video games, and smoke weed all day. Like that's his mindset of what my mind is. There's no thought.
Yeah, that's the stereotype that he's
bought
into.
He's lived with because my uncles, his brother-in-laws, were all potheads, and he wasn't. He was a straight-laced conservative type person. Yeah, I don't know if I've unit it
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't needed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. I love marijuana from the first time I got high. The first time I smoked, the guy told us it was weed, but I don't think it was. You know, because it didn't taste. I mean, I never tasted it, but when I tasted real weed, I was like, that shit he gave us must not have been weed at all. We smoked that shit, didn't nothing happen. I went home. I was like, this weed is
You
much
got
of
the
bullshit.
oregano bag.
I must have. I said, marijuana ain't shit.
I didn't get as high as I got. I assume I got high, but like I didn't get like that. Next, like I didn't get high because we smoked some Reggie joint that they stole out of some dude, like one of my friend's parents.
You smoked out of a pop bottle bong for the first time. I'm talking. You make the little fucking thing with the aluminum foil and poke holes in it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Burn the holes inside on the sides for the toke and everything. Oh yeah.
I've only done that shit on disc golf courses. I didn't smoke until I was 26. It was the first time I ever smoked.
You were 26, really? Why am I saying really like that's impossible?
Well, yeah, I mean, do remember we grew up in an age when they said like you. I believed I was dying,
I'm
like
sorry.
literally dying from cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like
I grew up in an age when I won the Dare speech award in school.
Yeah, they taught us that any one little puff, one little
There.
snort, one little injection, you're dead.
Yeah, because you guys had drug information in school.
Oh, yeah.
It was drug.
It was
or
drug propaganda.
Misinformation.
Misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't real information.
But you
Which is
did
when
know
you
about
start-
drugs. You knew about drugs. Well, you had an idea that drugs
No,
were out there.
we knew the negative effects. No one ever told us the pot,
right.
because my dad's not a pothead. He's not a dude that did any drugs, so I never saw any positive effects from it.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? As far as I knew, all my uncles were losers and in jail for a reason, not because they were just happened to be victims of a fucking drug war that shouldn't have happened. You know,
Yeah.
like the perspective I had as a child compared to the perspective I have now.
It's completely different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think my father still lives in that perspective.
In that world.
Yeah, it's like my grandma still does, and she's on hospice now, and she's like all about like she was okay with like I don't mind that you're doing it for medical, but that rec stuff's not. No, they shouldn't be doing that. That
rec
ruined
stuff.
their kids. And it's like no, the fucking fascist war on drugs ruined your kids. It had nothing to do with the actual drug itself.
Opioids.
Yeah.
Well,
Ruined a lot of kids.
one of my uncles
Opioids
did
ruined
get
a
into
lot of people.
opioids. He was a big heroin. That's how he died. Actually, he overdosed after his daughter did.
That's
Fucking crazy. Like right at the area I'm talking about, trying to put a dispensary. That's where he ended up. He moved in. He said he moved down there in '85, and he never left Michigan and Illinois area. Just never loved it. Loved the city. Because he remember they came.
But that's
from
what those neighborhoods
Newberry.
are. Those neighborhoods are people that love that area and aren't gonna move out of that area. They're not going nowhere. They had to. A lot of them got a lot of money, you know, when they put that bridge. They're putting that bridge in, so they had to buy out a whole lot of people. So a whole lot of people made a lot of money.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
moved to another area.
yeah. Either they took and found them other houses somewhere else, and they just moved to those, or they gave them a certain amount of money and they just move wherever they want to go.
Those houses are so close together down there.
Yeah, they are.
That's like True City-ish.
That's
Oh,
shit
it
right there.
Definitely is. Like,
But that's how it was back then. All those houses were built right after the war. Those were right after. Well, maybe a few might have been before, but
Yeah, I think
it was
they-
during the war and right
I
after
think
the war. They had a
Detroit's
housing
biggest
boom.
boom was like
well, that was
their
a lot of the
boom in-
burbs.
Yeah, the boom the war boom was
Was
when the flight.
Was the birds?
Oh yeah, it was all of that.
But I mean, I thought the 20s.
No.
In the 20s, there was a big boom in Detroit.
No, listen. My dad, when he moved up here, it was in, I want to say 46.
So right after the war.
So he had GI loan. That's how he got his house. That's how people. Most of the people got their house because they were veterans of the war.
Right.
So either they bought, and you could buy a house through Sears. Sears had a catalog and it had a house in there.
They had several houses.
Yeah, and you could buy a house right out of the Sears catalog.
And they could build it.
And they come out.
They would come out and build it.
Yeah. My dad told me that shit as a kid.
There's still Sears homes all over the place in Metro Detroit. The models. The ones that are still upkept are still pretty good.
Didn't have enough houses for everybody coming back.
Yeah.
And all the people were born during the war, too. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it was a shortage of houses, shortage of jobs.
Royal Oak, Ferndale,
'Cause that's the
Madison
baby boom
Heights,
time.
Warren, all that area went up like
Yep.
35 to 45 to 50, and then everything north of that from there on out. But like almost all of these homes are like 30, 40, 50.
Yep. I remember Southfield was woods.
Yeah, my dad.
Right there at 9 Mile and Greenfield, it was woods. With no houses built.
Man, that's crazy perspective. It's
Yep.
My dad talks about Troy about how it was basically all farm.
Oh, there wasn't shit in Troy.
Yeah, they used to ride motorcycles everywhere.
So my dad worked construction. Sometimes he'd work out in Troy or in Flat Rock or in downtown Detroit. And on the weekends, like on Saturday morning, if he had to, because he was like what they call a general labor. Keep doing that shit. He was what you call a general labor foreman.
Yeah.
So he was a foreman over all the laborers.
Right.
So he had to be there first thing in the morning. In the wintertime, when it was cold, he'd get there first thing in the morning and light all the fires so the guys could keep warm when they came in. So some Saturdays I'd ride with him. You know, he showed me we're building. I remember they built Northland. He showed me Northland. He said,
the shopping center.
Yep.
Damn, that's about to come down, isn't it? Or get repurposed, I think.
Yeah, it's deserted. It's deserted.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably a too small.
Oh, I think the city of Southfield bought it,
Yeah, I think.
and they get ready to put it down there, all their municipal offices and all that shit in there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna repurpose it. Yeah.
Because they're trying to make from about Southfield, no, from about 9 Mile all the way to Telegraph. It's going to be like a downtown for Southfield. You know all those tall buildings in there?
Yeah.
Well, this kid's scheduled to build about 5 or 6 more of them
Skyscrapers?
over the next 6 years, 6 or 7 years.
You know what's crazy is they're now just like, when's the last time they built a skyscraper downtown?
The Renaissance, well,
They're building one right now.
I know they are now. They're building that.
it's going to be taller than the Renaissance.
Yeah, it's what's his name, Gilbert's. But it's amazing. But think about how many cities in this
Actually,
everywhere
No,
throughout.
it's
They're building 3 of them.
there's one on the Macy's site.
Yep.
That's Gilbert.
The Hudson site.
Yeah,
Well, the Hudson
That's
site.
the Hudson
Yeah, it's
site.
the Hudson
Yeah.
site, not Macy's site.
Then there's another one they're building down back further east, and it's weird. It's a weird design. There's 3 new ones going up.
The Hudson site is, I believe, the one that's going to be
The
taller.
tallest.
Taller than the Renaissance site
It's gonna
because
be-
they had to go way down to get the supports
for
to
bedrock.
go up.
For bedrock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're right next to the river.
Well, and the salt mines run below the city. I don't know if they run below right there or not, or where they had how deep they had to
Well,
run
the salt
into.
is everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw a thing where they showed it. It was like, if this is Michigan, the salt mine, like the salt itself, the deposit is like that. It's just a giant deposit under, like all of Michigan is basically in the Great Lakes.
I went down there once.
Oh, you've been
Fuck
down in
that.
the mines?
They had tours back in the day. My dad took me down there. They used to have tours.
That's awesome. I would love to go.
You
down
could
there.
put a whole-
There's still cars down there.
You could put a whole city down there, man. It's huge.
I believe it.
It's huge, man.
It's probably even bigger now.
They got these big giant machines driving around under there.
They got it. I mean,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
happens
yeah.
one day if something happens and it just like all of a sudden just half the city and
Nah, it's not like
Collapses.
I know, but it's not. But at the same time, they dug so much. It's like that could have been.
Well, I don't know if it's-
awake in the deep?
I don't know.
Did you awaken the Balrog of Earth?
Yeah, something.
The Kraken.
Did you awaken the Balrog of Earth?
Yeah, something.
The Kraken.
Is that where the maybe that's why they don't do tours no more? The
Well, it's
lizard
not-
people.
Rudy's the DeKraken.
It's not. I don't think it's viable today. They're not
No,
mining.
They're
in the
not
salt
mining
out there.
anymore.
I don't think.
But that's where the lizard people
They have a
went.
more efficient process.
We get mole people down there. or
No,
something?
the lizard.
Oh, the lizards.
Yeah, you know how there's like in Texas, there's people underground. I bet you they just were like, we want to be up in this area.
The lizard people.
They're the warm-blooded lizards, not the cold-blooded ones.
Oh, who they say is a lizard? Beyonce supposed to be a lizard person. They named about 5 or 6 of them the other day. They're in the Illuminati and they're lizard people. They claim in some video that she's in, and her eyes change in the video. They're like, she's a lizard person. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
It's one of those things where now
that's
video
awful.
is so easy.
That's why you can't believe too much anymore. Like,
No.
you know, back in the day when they said, well, we saw a UFO, and you see it, they didn't have all that, you know, gimmick stuff.
Did you see the last Bill Maher?
I don't know.
Did you see his new rule where he talked about Trump not leaving?
No, I didn't see
You
that.
should watch it.
Well, I'll check it out.
I've been saying I don't want to say I've been saying it, but I called it last one where I believe that if he'd have lost, he would have he'd have still been campaigning, like just like he is now.
Yeah,
He'd have been
all
going
over. Yeah.
all over the place.
He never stops.
And riled up, and he would have been running again. It would have been Hillary and Trump 2020. I swear to God. And then if he loses, and they figure out, like, they get him out of office, like, they force him out, not peacefully, like, the government finally says, you know what, you gotta go, dude. He'll come back and he'll rerun in 2024. You know he will.
He's
And
done.
if he wins, he'll do everything in his power to get that fucking rule, the rule that they put up,
The term limit.
term limit, get that abolished.
Stick a fork in him, he's done.
But if he
Yeah, I
does
wanted to
that,
think that last time.
No,
too.
no, he's done. He's done this time.
I don't know.
See, last time, people in New York knew how he was. You understand what I'm saying? But the people in the country had the wrong idea because they saw him on The Apprentice. You're fired.
Yeah,
he gave off that image of him.
There's still a good portion
But
of the
in
people
reality,
that-
he's nothing like that.
Michigan is very important.
yeah,
Sure.
Michigan is very
Get
important.
outside the city.
Dude, let me tell you something. Women are going to turn out like never, ever before.
I think
Hispanics are going to turn out like never, ever before.
Rudy, I
Black
hope
people,
so.
black people are going to turn out like never, ever before. There's so many people disenchanted with this dude. It's not enough of his base.
it really depends on who you put up against them. That's gonna make a difference.
Oh, that of course it will.
Because if they put up Biden, it's just gonna.
There's
look like
zero
the
way that Biden is getting that.
I know there's zero way, but yet
The thought of that turns my stomach so hard.
You know what I'm gonna say?
they might actually, if they were to go against each other, there might be a point where they might actually punch, like Biden might punch him in the face. Like seriously, I could see Trump saying something to him and Biden going bam and hitting him in the fucking nose,
I can
and
see-
Trump not, you
I-
know,
Not knowing what the fuck to do.
because he's not gonna hit back.
I can see that too.
And then he's gonna be like, "See, I told you he was a."
Yeah,
Nah,
right. Exactly.
And I just,
He's not gonna hit
that's
nothing back.
not.
Biden turns back to the microphone. He's a bitch.
That would be epic TV, but that they can make that shit up and just like. That shit's
Have you
supposed to
been
be
watching the
comedy,
shit
man.
on the impeachment shit? You watching any of
I've
that?
heard some. I don't need to watch it. They've already told everybody what they need to tell them. The Republicans aren't going to do anything.
No,
Plain
they're
and
not.
simple. They're not going to hear any of the evidence, whatever it's good
They're
or
not.
bad.
I think I have
And if you,
I have a little more faith right now. I think in the American people, and I think the American people as a whole, they're seeing through this bullshit. They couldn't be that stupid, dude.
Maybe, but the problem
I
is,
remember. I can.
I didn't think they were that stupid last time.
But I can. I did.
Ugh.
Because most people are sheeple anyway.
I know they
and
are.
a lot of people got what they wanted with the health care. Now they don't need them no more. Because that's what a lot of people wanted. They wanted to get rid of this health. That I know at least 3 or 4 people that voted for Trump due to the fact that he promised to get rid of Obamacare.
It's
And
crazy.
that
Ain't that
tax.
crazy?
Disgusting.
That tax on your fucking health care. That's what they do. They don't want to have health care.
Dude, there's all kind of ways around that.
So there's
tax.
25 to 30-year-olds now who are, and then 35-year-olds who are not voting for him in the same way because it's not. Now it's a different mindset. If you get somebody actually talking about trying to get rid of student debt, that's what they're going to want to listen to. They're not. I know.
Of course.
In and out.
I know. Of course, because that student debt shit is some real bullshit.
Yeah, it's definitely
Absolute
criminal as fuck.
It's as bad as the fucking
It's slavery.
the home
It's
loan.
modern day slavery.
I didn't say it.
Because no, seriously,
I
that's how I
know.
feel. Because I've talked to people I went to school with, dude, that just paid their loans off 3 or 4 years ago. All these years they've been paying.
Dude, my best friend makes good money. His wife makes good money, like 6 figures, and he's not even touching his 1 year of fucking law school. Like, they're barely touch. Like, the interest rates,
It's crazy.
everything they've set up for this thing is set up to fuck them.
Yep.
And I'm in the same boat to an extent, except for I don't got nothing out of it. It was literally 1 semester. No, 3 semesters, and I'm 20 grand in debt. It was something like that.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, but at that time, I needed it for a car. I didn't have a way to
Right,
fucking
right,
get an
right.
actual loan. These are the only
So
loans
it
they
came in
gave me.
handy at that time.
Yeah, it was the only loans they give you. And it's like, well, I can get a car, and then I can pay, and it's like,
My bad loan was for a home.
oh,
For
they
a
went-
home.
For a home.
My-
Oh yeah, there's no way I should have been approved. I didn't make anywhere
Oh,
near
that was
enough
back when it
money.
was letting anybody get a house.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It took
Was
them
it
a while
doing
to get
Bush?
me
Was it
approved,
doing
and then,
Bush? Was that doing Bush?
yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of Clinton laws. A lot of Clinton
It was.
regulations
I
that
bought my
they
house in 2000.
started it.
Yeah, but I think
11 or 2010.
Oh, okay, so that's right after, that's Obama's the president.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when, no, Obama and them were getting people because they were trying to stimulate the economy.
well,
so they were helping
Bush
people.
started it.
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was. I was.
Yeah.
Bush started it
Well,
because I
yeah.
had friends. No. At that time, I bought a house half a block off the river, down in downtown Detroit. I was half a block off the river, where the Rooster Tail is.
Oh,
I lived on that street.
Really?
I bought a house for $32,000 on that street. And me and a friend went and we cleaned it out. We spent about $2,500 on it. It needed a lot of work. And I put a for sale sign out in front. And this guy came and I was just being flippant. He said, how much you want for the house? I said, $93,000. And I was, because we were cleaning the house up and fixing it up. And the guy said, oh, okay, I'll be back tomorrow. I didn't think nothing else of it. He shows up the next day with a real estate agent and his wife, and within 2 or 3 hours, we had a deal. We made $60K off of that house in 2 months.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But back then, but that was during that time we were talking about. So when I found out, they didn't do anything with the house. They got the loan and skipped out. Yeah. They got the loan and skipped out.
They probably got a cut of the fucking, because a lot of people are, there's a lot of middlemen when it comes to real estate. A lot of people.
Oh yeah. Oh, believe me, I know all
And
that.
They
that's-
probably had the home. They probably had it.
It was a
evaluated.
fraudulent. It was a fraudulent.
Yeah.
loan.
They said that it was home
They
was
probably
worth
got-
X amount of dollars. Their loan was worth X amount of dollars, way more than the projected value of the home at that time. And somebody took this cut. Somebody took this
Yep.
cut. They took a gigantic cut.
Yep.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Did you say deuces?
Yep. Deuces.